Hi Leo, this is your reading for the month of October 2019. This is a general reading, and we're going to look at what your overall theme is for the month with the help of some oracle cards to begin with, and then we'll move into your tarot reading. Okay, so this is for you if you are a Sun, Moon, Rising Leo, and it's also for you if you have Leo in any other prominent placements like Venus or Jupiter, etc. Now we are in the Libra season officially, so this month there's a huge emphasis on relationships, interpersonal connections, contracts, marriage, basically you in relation with somebody else, your identity with respect to someone or something else. And Libra rules the 7th house, which is also ruled by Venus, and also Venus being the goddess of love, there is a huge emphasis again on love and beauty and all the luxurious beautiful things in life. Okay, so I have been seeing a trend or a theme of some relationship aspects showing up in these general readings, so we'll see if they show up in your reading as well. Okay, so to begin with, we'll start with your overarching theme, or what you need to work on, what you need to focus on for this month. And for that purpose, I have already pulled out some oracle cards, and we'll take a look at them one by one. I haven't seen them, so here goes. Okay, we have Milky Way perspective and nurturing Gaia. Okay, so I feel like this is a strong emphasis on relationships again, just like I was sort of expecting and sensing. I feel like you're going to understand from a different or higher perspective this month what is really nurturing you in your life, okay, in terms of your relationships especially. Also, a message I'm getting is how can you nurture yourself. That is what you will be pondering over. You'll be deeply looking into this aspect of your life, okay. And there's a strong theme of letting go of things that are no longer serving your higher purpose, or they're not really beneficial to you in some way. This includes everything when it comes to relationships, your work, or your perspective towards life, your approach towards life, your way of thinking, okay, your patterns of behavior, everything that is not nurturing, everything that is not meant for your highest good, for your progress in life, is what you will be deeply looking at this month, okay. That is the message that I'm getting. Then we have broken heart and hostilities. Okay, I feel like you'll be tending to a broken heart this month. This may not be a message for everyone out there. This is a general reading, of course, so take only what applies and leave the rest, because it's not going to apply to every Leo out there. What I'm getting here is that there may have been people in the recent past who have been kind of hostile towards you, and who've not really been kind, okay. I feel like it ties into the message that we were getting earlier about people, ideas, thoughts, and relationships that are not really nurturing, okay, that are somehow negatively affecting your thoughts, your emotions, okay. Those are what you will be looking at from a higher perspective, from a distance, and observing people and situations that are not really helping you, that are not that are actually only causing you harm in the long run, okay. So you're looking very deeply at these situations, at these things or people, or relationships that are bringing you sorrow, that are bringing you pain and hurt. Okay. Then we have Unfinished Symphony and Between Worlds. Okay. So what I'm getting for you here is you're at the end of one cycle and starting to open up to a different cycle. Okay. You're in between two situations. This could also be with respect to, I'm also getting into minds. Okay. For some of you, maybe you are making a huge decision to walk away from something that has been painful, that has been dark, and it's like an arid desert, that has no longer that's not holding any value in your life anymore, and that's only hampering your growth in some way. Okay, you are transitioning out of that period or that relationship or whatever it may be, and moving into a much better, more conducive environment where you recognize your own potential and you are feeling more accomplished, more worthy, okay, more deserving. I feel like your sense of self-esteem and self-worth may have taken a beating in the recent past, and that's why you are at the end of this cycle. You still have some loose ends to tie though, and you are looking at these situations that you've been in through a magnifying glass. Okay, at the same time you are maintaining a distance from them, taking time to separate yourself from the situation and understand it from a much higher perspective, kind of like the hangman energy. Okay, so you're observing and trying to see both sides of the coin, and also taking a look at this cycle, okay, that you have been in. So you've been in some sort of a cycle that you are now rising above to see the pattern that you have been subjecting yourself to. Okay, the pattern of thinking or pattern of being that has invited these maybe toxic relationships in your life. Okay, but you are seriously considering moving on from this, which is a great sign, and you are in a transition phase this month. And I'm also getting that you need to give yourself some time and be really patient and understanding and compassionate towards yourself, because you are at this stage where your past wounds or hurts are still quite fresh. So it's going to take you some time to completely let go of them and to heal from them and to grow out of this situation. So give yourself the time and the compassion and the unconditional love that you deserve. Okay, so that is the theme for the month. It surely looks like you're dealing with some relationships that have not been really conducive to your growth, but we'll take a deeper look at your reading for the month of October. So we invite spirit, your spirit guides, your angels and ancestors, and all the light beings, your spirit team, to guide us through this reading. The first question we'll ask is, how are you coming into October? Although we have a fair idea of that, we'll ask about what you've been dealing with in the recent past. Okay, how have you entered October, or how are you about to enter October 2019? The recent past energy, please. Okay, that's the Tower. So it's definitely not been easy. It's been unsettling. It's been kind of shocking also. I feel like you may have had to face some rude realities, some harsh reality, with respect to certain people who have not, I'm hearing, shown their true colors, okay? That is what I am hearing here. Some people have shown their true colors and it's been no less than a shock to you. What is this tower about? Why is the tower here? Okay. So you may have been undecided, okay? But you are moving out of a situation of stagnation. And I feel like you are now finally deciding to move on from this tower moment, okay? Whatever it may have been in your life, it could be a huge realization, some sort of truth coming to light, some lies that were unearthed, I'm hearing, okay? So whatever it was, it shook you up for sure, and it is a great sign that you are moving out of this energy and stepping into October with a lot more clarity, okay? I feel like, first of all, you didn't see it coming, is what I'm hearing, okay? This shock or unexpected truth, okay? You didn't see it coming. And secondly, when you did see it in front of you, when it became real, when it became known to you, you were still not willing to. It was probably such a horrible reality that you didn't want to actually look at it, okay? That is the message that I'm getting here for you. But now you are stepping out of that energy and you are finally gathering the courage to see the truth for what it was and to come to terms with it and finally speak your truths, okay? And look at the situation from a much higher perspective where you totally understand why this happened, okay? And maybe you had a role to play in it, maybe this was something that you manifested unknowingly. That is how we usually manifest things, unconsciously, okay? And now you're starting to see what the pattern was or what the cycle was, and I'm hearing untrue, okay? So someone may have been hiding something from you which came to light, okay? Yeah, as I was hearing, someone's true colors came to light, so it may have, yeah, you've gone through a huge, I feel like this is your current energy, okay? You've gone through a huge transformation. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of grief here, okay? I feel like some of you may be tempted to not actually. We have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse, which is kind of like a karmic relationship card situation for me. With most of these cards coming in reverse, I feel like you may be tempted to drown your sorrows by distracting yourself somehow, okay? Some of you may be actually dealing with somebody who was like an alcoholic or someone who didn't take the time to heal themselves and was emotionally manipulative, okay? And this I feel like this is all your past energy, which is kind of seeping into your present, okay? Because you're still recovering from it, is what I feel. And there was some sort of communication that came in that was like bad news. It was just not good. I'm also seeing some commitment, like an emotional connection was broken and a commitment was threatened, okay? And I feel like this person may have been really immature, emotionally manipulative, someone who is not willing to compromise on the situation or in the relationship at all, and that sort of was like the last straw for you, and it kind of was the death knell, okay, of the relationship. And someone may have even moved, maybe you moved and relocated, or someone you were dealing with moved out. Maybe it could involve a physical move, okay, and I feel like that may have also threatened the relationship for some of you. But I'm definitely seeing someone who is really like emotionally manipulative, the kind who would say, for instance, this is funny, it reminds me of one of my exes. Someone who would say, like, if you had a problem with their behavior, if you spoke your truth, if you said, okay, this is bothering me, or I don't like it when you do this, that person would turn around and say, oh, I'm feeling bad that you're feeling bad about this. That kind of not taking responsibility for what you say, not taking responsibility for your actions, and instead trying to put the blame or shift the blame on the other person and trying to play the victim card always. That kind of almost narcissistic behavior is what I'm getting. Okay, so this is what you were dealing with, Leo. It could have been a Pisces, okay, or a Cancer. Scorpio could be. Yeah, I am seeing Scorpio and Pisces for the most part. So now, how are you dealing with this in October? Okay, what is the present energy? How are you dealing with this in October? Whatever this was, it seems or it looks like a relationship to me, okay, but it could be a work situation. It depends on your situation, of course. Take it as it resonates. How are you dealing with this in October? What is the current energy, present energy? Leo, October 2019, please. Current energy for October. Yeah, you're coming out of a state of confusion because you have received clarity, okay? And you have understood that this was not really meant to be a long-term situation, and that this person, I'm hearing that I will build my own foundation. You're beginning to realize that the only person who can really give you a sense of security is yourself, okay? That is what I'm seeing. Again, a very Piscean card, so this may have been a Pisces, okay, that you were dealing with. And Leo and Pisces, I'm not sure if that would make for a really good combination. I don't know, but well, a lot of factors come into play, so we can't really generalize these things. Okay, so in your present energy, we have the Seven of Cups with the Four of Wands, and we have the Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Four of Cups in reverse, okay? So what I'm getting here is that, Leo, I feel like you're just putting an end to the conflict, okay, the fight, because it was making you... Okay, here's what I feel. In the past, you may have had a lot of expectations from this relationship or this situation, this commitment, whatever it was, okay? And now you're coming to terms with how this was not actually meant for you, and how you had maybe projected your expectations onto this person. Okay, what happens is, in the beginning of a relationship, you tend to see in the other person what you want to see as opposed to what they really are. Okay, I feel like that haze, that veil has finally been lifted. Okay, and you can see things very clearly, that the conflict, the uh, petty arguments, or this passive aggressive behavior that this person may have had, you're putting an end to that. Okay, and you are working towards your own stability, your own future now. I feel like you have the support of friends and family who may be helping you at this time. Okay, and I'm also hearing that you are taking solace in your sacred space, in your home, in whatever you call home. Okay, this could be, of course, your physical home, could be your family, could be your trusted friends, anybody you confide in. Okay, basically your support system, and that is what you are relying on now to, or gratitude. I am hearing you have gratitude for these people or this support systems, so that because you can rely on them to help you through this period of time. Okay, and this was clearly not something that you've come to a realization that this was not what you wanted. Okay, and it only brought a lot of chaos in your life, a lot of confusion, which is what you are dropping now, which is what you are getting out of. So that's great. Okay, and you are restructuring your life, is what I'm hearing, which is great, which makes a lot of sense because you've been through the tower moment. Okay, which is a huge thing. It's not a small event. Okay, it is something that threatens your foundations in a way. It could be internal, it could be external. And after the tower moment, you're getting the Four of Wands in the present, which means that you are beginning to build that structure back again. Okay, that is what you're working towards, which is great. Kudos to you for that. Now let's take a look at what your, this looks quite challenging, so let's take a look at your opportunities. What are the opportunities for this month, for October 2019? Oops. This card really wanted to come out. Okay, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. What are the opportunities for Leo for this month? Again, I'm being told to repeat that you need to give yourself time, okay, to heal from this situation, because you are undergoing a huge transformation, in the sense that you're transforming the way you were probably looking at relationships. You're looking at what role you had to play in it. How did you attract this kind of person? Why, if there is a pattern to this, how can I step out of this pattern? You know, you're trying to see everything from all the different angles, is what I'm getting. So cut yourself some slack, because this is definitely a huge transformative period. Okay, and it is bringing in a lot of changes for you. So one more card, please. Okay, this devil has been coming up for everyone. Okay, so don't worry. We have the Six of Swords at the bottom. Here you have an opportunity to, first of all, cut yourself completely from this situation. Okay, I feel like you are realizing you have the opportunity now to completely cut cords with this person or this situation and move on. Okay, you are no longer waiting for anything to materialize in this aspect. It is a thing of the past and you're looking at it from that perspective. You have the opportunity to break this karmic cycle, is what I'm hearing, because this was certainly a cycle and it was meant to teach you some lessons, okay, which had to do with your attachments, with your fears, with your insecurities, with things that you tell yourself, okay, like a negative point of view, or not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving of anything better, or any sort of attachments, addictions, okay. We can get addicted to people as well, or a particular type of person who's not good for us, and we keep wondering why are we attracting the same kind of person over and over again. If you look back, most of the people that you may have been attached to or been involved with may have had more than one similarity, okay. So it's now time for you to step out of this cycle, end this cycle over here. We have a 5 and a 10, okay. This is definitely talking about a completion of a negative cycle, or a karmic cycle that was meant to teach you what you really value. What are your beliefs about yourself, about a relationship, about how you see what the idea of a relationship is to you, okay? How you see an ideal partner. What do you expect? What do you want in a relationship? Or in in whatever, if this is to do with work, you can apply to that as well, okay? But I am getting a strong relationship vibe from this reading, okay? So this Wheel of Fortune, I would like to say that you have a real opportunity here, okay, to shift things around, to make the necessary changes. 5 is the number of transition, of changes, and that is what you are going through. It's going to bring growth and expansion in your life, okay, but you have to be open to receiving them. Don't block it in any way, okay, is what I'm being told to remind you, because you may have a tendency to fall back to your old habits or old patterns. Now is the time for you to really sit back and see, what am I getting to learn from this situation? What are my lessons and what can I change here? Okay, because you do have the window of opportunity. For me, this Wheel of Fortune is a window of opportunity. It doesn't last forever because it's going to turn again, okay? So it is a short period of time when you can take advantage of this energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So if this is about you looking for a breakthrough, in work, in career, or even in a relationship, or in life in general, something may come into place unexpectedly, like a stroke of luck, and that's going to help you move on from this negative attachment and cycle that you have been in, okay? Now let's take a look at what should I ask about? What is the most likely outcome for Leo for the month of October 2019? What is the most likely outcome? Okay. What is the most likely outcome? I feel like you need to give yourself some more time to recharge, okay? That is what I'm hearing, because you may have a tendency to be Yeah, you're going to break out of this, separate yourself out of this relationship, okay? You may have been dealing with Capricorn or an Aries, okay, Taurus. Could be anything, but what I'm getting here is that you're separating yourself, moving out of this situation. Okay, we have the King of Wands at the bottom in reverse. You are, this may have been like a third party situation, okay? Even if it's not, what I'm seeing here is that you're not working on this situation or this relationship anymore. You want to go solo, you want to go in your own direction, you want to follow your own path, and you want to do it with confidence and stride with confidence is what I'm hearing, okay? Again, I am getting that whoever this person was, the hurt that they have caused you has resulted in you being quite low in terms of your self-esteem, your self-confidence, okay? But you will be able to gather your emotions and rein in your emotions again, and you will find yourself moving back on track, okay? That is going to happen, but you need to give it some time before that happens. And whatever this situation was, you are separating yourself from it. You are no longer going to, how do I put this? It's like your rose colored glasses are going to come off, and you're going to see the truth for what it really was, for everything that was, like the good, the bad, and the ugly side of it. And you're not investing any more energy, any more time into this situation or this work or this relationship, whatever it was, okay, in this case for you. What is the advice from Spirit for Leo for the month of October 2019? What is their advice, Spirit? Or any last message, parting message? What is the advice for Leo for the month of October 2019, Spirit? Any parting messages? Any last messages for Leo, October 2019? Okay, lots of cards wanting to come out. Okay, we have the Five of Wands first in reverse, the Empress in reverse, the Hermit again in reverse. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Magician. Okay, it's always nice to see the Magician upright. So what this is telling me is that first of all, that, like I said earlier, your those rose colored glasses, or that fantasy that you had, which we did see initially with the Seven of Cups also, okay, because you're not seeing it from that perspective anymore, you're going to let go of this fantasy, okay? And that is the advice from Spirit, that this is not meant to be a long-term situation for you, whatever it was in your case, okay, most likely a relationship, because what you were dealing with was someone who was not really being honest or authentic is what I'm getting. Okay, and it's almost like this person just want it to be right for the sake of it, like people who like to have the last word or argue for the sake of arguing. That kind of one-upmanship is what I'm getting, like butting heads for no reason. Okay, um, and they may have not been, again, see, going back to the initial message that we were getting about nurturing, this situation or this person was not nurturing. Okay, we have the Empress in reverse, and they were kind of self-serving, and we did see hostilities also. Okay, so a lot of conflict, a lot of back and forth messages which don't really serve the purpose, which are only, it's almost like a never ending loop of ridiculous messages and communication that's not going anywhere, just, oh, I said this and then you said that, and then a lot of he said, she said kind of nonsense. Okay, that is what I'm getting. And now you are beginning to realize that you were probably dealing with somebody who was quite dominating. Okay, quite dominating and manipulative, and this person was not really, I'm also getting like they weren't really meant to be in a committed, or they didn't want to be in a long-term committed relationship. Okay, so it's almost like they were projecting their insecurities by being like they wanted the, how do I put this, like they wanted the relationship to end, but they didn't want to do it themselves. So what they were doing was using passive aggressive tactics and fighting in order to push you to end the relationship, so that they don't get to take the blame for even ending the relationship. That is what I'm getting here. Okay, so quite an immature and stupid kind of energy. And if this is resonating with you, I feel like again you're going to find supportive people around you who are going to help you move on from this nonsense. Okay, you do have kind and supportive and like-minded people around you who are like from your tribe, who will help you get through this difficult period of transition. Okay, and you're going to finally come back to a place of good and healthy self-esteem, healthy self-worth, and feeling like you deserve a lot better because you have everything it takes. Okay, this is also about you're coming back to a place of self-confidence and drive. Okay, and I feel like you're going to jump into your career with a lot more gung-ho, with a lot more enthusiasm, and focus a lot on things that you want to create, things that you want to bring to life, work on your goals, your accomplishments, your achievements. Okay, that is what you're going to turn your focus to. Okay, and I feel like spirit is going to give you the opportunity to do that, so take advantage of that. All right, don't fall back into this pattern, because I think you're going to have the realization this month that you need to do some inner work and do some soul searching to understand why is it that you are manifesting these kind of relationships, or it's like digging deep, through the darkness in order to move into the light. So it's almost like you're going through a dark night of the soul kind of a period where you will come out of it a lot stronger, a lot more confident, and feeling a lot more optimistic. Okay, but you have to go through the grime to understand and to appreciate the finer and better things in life, and to put into practice everything that you have learned. Okay, so that is what I'm getting for you. So this looks like a really interesting month. Okay, Leo. And Leos are very driven anyway. They are uh, they have a strong sense of self identity, and they're usually quite playful, childlike, and enthusiastic. So if that has been dulled and it's put you in a state of despair, this situation, then you will be able to come out of it through your sheer willpower, because you have it, you have the courage. Okay, so, and fortitude. So I wish you all the best for the month, and I hope this reading was useful to you. If it resonated and if you found value in it, do leave me a comment, and do like, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and it would greatly help the channel. So thank you again for clicking on this video and for watching the reading, and I wish you all the very best for October. I hope you have a fabulous month ahead. Okay, take care, and God bless. Bye.